All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And yes, as you could tell by the title, Warner Brothers Discovery is pretty much on fire this morning. And we're going to talk about a big rumor in regards to Superman Legacy. And we're going to jump right in here today. And we're going to start off with Warner Brothers Discovery talk and just how bad things have gotten down there. And so first, let's take a look at this first photo that I've grabbed, and we're going to have a discussion here. Just this last week, and just a couple of days ago, actually, AT&T, which is a huge portion of Warner Brothers Discovery, had a data breach that exposed millions of current and former accounts on the dark web, company says. And there are some repercussions because of this. And you guys all know what I've been through over the last month. This information that was leaked from AT&T gets posted everywhere. And also the apps that you sign up for. When you sign up for just about any app, you are giving them permission to sell your information. And this is all controlled by what are known as data brokers. And these data brokers actually take your information and they sell it to scammers, spammers, and anyone else who may want to target you. And with as bad as these companies are with protecting your information, everybody needs to take steps to protect themselves. All of your information is out there. Your full name, your email address, your home addresses, even previous addresses you've lived at, health records, relatives, everything is out there for these people to get a hold of. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura actually shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically sends out opt-out requests for me so that I don't even have to worry about it at all. Because trust me, your information is getting out there. It is everywhere. They can clean up all of my information, and that helps reduce the amount of spam that I get from a lot of different places. It gets me away from all those people who harass me, but it also protects me from hackers who could use this information to help access my social media accounts, my bank accounts, and all the other sensitive information that is out there. Aura also does a lot more than that to protect me and my family from online threats I can't even see. They have a bunch of features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more, without having to have a whole bunch of different apps to manage all of these services. It's in one easy place, and it's super easy to set up. And best of all, you can get everything at one extremely affordable price. Now, several of you might have some of these individual apps or services already. I've had a VPN for years. I don't have anything else outside of that. And what's crazy about that is my VPN is almost the same cost as what Aura is for all of those services. And by having only one and not everything, it's like keeping your front door locked but leaving the back door wide open at your house. And it's true. You need to be hitting all of these things all together and protect yourself from these individual hackers. Aura is actually always on in the background. It's doing all the hard work for me, keeping me safe so I can focus on other tasks with a lot of peace of mind. And I value my privacy, and I value all of my viewers as well. And that's why today, if you go to aura.com/myreview, you can start a free 2-week trial with Aura. I'm going to leave the link in the description below, and that way you can go and find out how much of your information is actually out there on the web. You are going to be shocked. Give that 2-week trial a try and just see what's out there. You will be shocked. So let's get back into all of the stuff that is going on with Warner Brothers here. This is some pretty crazy stuff. So what we have here is there was a big shakeup with Warner Brothers stock yesterday with investors and everything else. And a lot of it had to do with what is going on with Warner Brothers. And it says a pair of Warner Brothers Discovery board members resign amid DOJ antitrust probe. Warner Brothers Discovery dives amid top brass shakeups. Warner loses a chunk of its board, promotes a new head of the APAC sector, and plans some show movements, none of which proved good enough for investors. So let's talk about what is actually going on. So what happened here is you had a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but a couple of board members that were serving basically two different positions, which is antitrust. It'd be like somebody, I used to work for Nabisco, like me working for Nabisco and Keebler at the same time and giving information back and forth. And that's where this antitrust comes from, and this is why they resigned, because they were working with Max and also Spectrum. And that's not a good look. And so they resigned, which caused their stocks to sink even lower. And what's happening here, you've got the data breaches with AT&T, you've got what's going on with the antitrust laws, and there's one person who's in charge of all of this. It's the big guy, David Zaslav himself. He clearly does not know how to run a movie business and a tech business. He came from the side of Discovery, where he had done, non-scripted shows, and he's pretty cutthroat, but he obviously bit off more than he can chew. And the company is burning because of it. And so they need to fix some stuff that's going on. And their movie division is never going to get them to where they need to be. You had Dune 2 that just did extremely well, and it's made almost $500 million, if I'm not mistaken. And it's still not going to make even a blip on their, the debt that they have. And they're chipping away at it little by little, but this goes back to what I talked about with the investors, about a month ago or so, where the investors, usually, and the reason their stock is staying low is because there's a group of people out there who kind of give ratings to these companies. And most companies that are in debt like this have a plan to get out of it. Warner Brothers Discovery does not. They have no path forward that they're showing their investors or the public that is making them look good. And so their stock continues to go down, and they continue to have troubles like this. And there could be more stuff coming down the pike. Somebody told me on Twitter today, and I wasn't able to find any information on this, that there might be investigated for tax fraud as well because of the tax write-offs on some of those movies, especially with something like, Coyote versus Acme. And I wasn't able to find the information on that, but there's more stuff going on behind the scenes, guys. Now let's take a look at the Superman legacy rumors here that are going around. And the funny thing is, James Gunn is not debunking these rumors. Usually he comes out very quickly and debunks stuff, but he's not on this number. All right, so the first thing I wanted to talk about in regards to DC movies is that the trailer for The Joker 2, is going to premiere on April 9th. So in just a week, and the movie comes out on October 4th. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting up subscriptions here on YouTube so that anybody who wants to subscribe can come see my trailer reactions. Warner Brothers Discovery especially does not like me showing any of their stuff at all, and so I'm going to be putting that stuff behind subscriptions so that people who want to subscribe can come see my trailer reactions as soon as they come out over there with those subs. And that's another way that you can help support my channel. All right, so first I had to thank at 1956 PMS as super thanks here. He gave me during my last, one of the videos I just did on how to transfer your own music to an iPhone. He gave me $10, and I wanted to say thanks for that. So people are definitely helping me out on a lot of different fronts, and I greatly appreciate it. Some more rumors out there is that Ernie Hudson is in talks to play Lucius Fox in The Batman 2. Do you guys know that Ernie Hudson is like 78 years old? He's in freaking good shape to be 78 years old. I could see him as a Lucius Fox. I would not be opposed to that if that's what they decide to do. But I don't expect any Batman 2 casting decisions for many, many months ahead. This is definitely a rumor. All right, now here's the big rumor, and this came from Blu-ray Angel. He's not the only one that actually picked up on this, but it says here that rumor, Ultraman will be a villain of James Gunn's Superman. This version will be a clone made by Lex Luthor and also played by David Corenswet. And this comes from actually the Geeky Cast. They're the ones who broke this. And if this is true, we've already had, in Superman and Lois, and I can see why they want Superman and Lois to go away, because they've had the Bizarro Superman in Superman and Lois now for a couple of seasons. And this is just kind of a rehash of some of the current storylines that have been going on in live-action Superman stuff. And I don't think this is the right way to go. I really don't. We'll see when the movie comes out. I see this being a very big uphill battle for James Gunn. Now, if you guys missed it, I do have my official review up for Superman and Lois Season 3. I got that up yesterday. So if you haven't watched that, you can go check that out and find out my thoughts on Superman and Lois Season 3. All right, guys, so there you have it. Warner Brothers Discovery continues to burn in the background. We've got data breaches. We've got Department of Justice investigations. We have antitrust laws being broken. Warner Brothers Discovery is a mess. And then we have Superman Legacy, which is continuing production in the background, where James Gunn comes out and debunks a lot of stuff right away. But this most current rumor that came out yesterday, he's been completely silent on. All right, guys, there's my update for the day. I do appreciate all the support. Go check out Aura. Go check out my review for Superman and Lois Season 3. And we will see you guys on the next review.